In a couple of games, he rolled his ankle against Vermont last month. Hasn't practiced in a week, but he's their leading scorer, averaging 12.5 a game. Binghamton wins the tip, and we're underway in the quarterfinal round of the America East Tournament. UNH hosting Binghamton.
Falco leads the Bearcats in minutes as well.
This is Hinkson right away. Elbow jumper is good, and the Bearcats take a 2-0 lead.
Yesterday when I spoke to Coach Sanders, he said Hinkson needs to be more aggressive offensively. He's got to feel good.
Yeah, that double-double here, so huge last Saturday. And he followed it up with a 15-point effort to lead the Bearcats in the regular season finale at UMBC. As we take a look at UNH's starting lineup. Matos, Johnson, Chiquenu, Martinez, and Guadarrama as a tie-up here. Will keep the ball with UNH.
Spoke to Lavelle Sanders yesterday, and he said the difference is we have to make the Wildcats earn everything. You see that time, Hinkson first to the floor. Great leadership by Hinkson.
It's a UNH team that commits the fewest turnovers in America East and third fewest in the nation, just 9.1 giveaways per game. So you do have to make them work especially hard to give the ball up. As the officials having a chat here with Bill Harrion looking on.
Will Flowers and Evan Burrows discussing. Agree, and we're back to play.
Wildcats won both games this year, 69-60 on the road, February 12th, and then a 4-point win here about a week ago.
Early, the first time the Wildcats did the ball screen.
Binghamton's up much early. Pick and pop misfires, and the rebound goes to McGriff. John McGriff wants to push the pace as you get a look at the Binghamton starting five. Falco, a baseline drive. Can't connect. Matos the rebound. Blondo, Chiquenu. Matos at the foul line. Nowhere to go. Backdoor feed to a cutting Guadarrama. Chiquenu skips one over to the far corner. Down low to Matos and a foul as he was challenged by Okeniele Akuovo.
Akuovo has been playing well of late. He is foul prone, as we saw on that play. Wildcats getting the ball inside as part of their game plan to establish inside early. They have dominated the two games of points in the paint.
And a typical slow-ish start offensively, both of these teams in the middle toward bottom half of America East in scoring at about 68.5 points a game on average, 6 for UNH and 7 for Binghamton in the America East rankings.
Matos, a 61% free throw shooter, looked good that time.
Senior transfer from Bowling Green misfires on the second, so still a 1-point lead for the Bearcats. John McGriff, the point guard, the St. John's transfer, brings it over the timeline. He had 12 points and 4 assists here last Saturday. And Guadarrama gets a hand in there, pokes it free. Over the top to Chiquenu, hop step in the lane, blocked by Hinkson. Rebound is put back up and in. It's Nick Johnson to put the Wildcats in front.
So Hinkson's got their only point, first to the floor, and got a block in the first 2 minutes of the game. I think we keyed the right guy, partner.
You often do, Coach. Senior from Queens, Christian Hinkson, Manhattan College transfer. As Pat Cash will hand off to Jacob Falco. Kick out, Hinkson, open three, got it.
Wow, and again, the difference is you talked about having Falco in the lineup, got into the paint. Wildcats helped, left Hinkson wide open. Falco looks no worse for the wear early. You and I talked about that in warm-ups. He looks good.
Yeah, you can't overstate the importance of having him back in there. First team all-conference, Jacob Falco. Not just 12.5 points a game, but he averages over 3 assists as they'll call the foul on Pat Cash on the entry pass.
Coach Sanders, very candid, shared that if they needed him to play Falco, you see on screen, he would have been played on Tuesday if it was a win-or-go-home game.
Inbound comes to Jaden Martinez. He's the Wildcats' leading scorer, 15 a game, and he's got 3 today, up by 1.
Last Saturday, Martinez was all of 6 from distance. Not this Sunday.
42% for the year from downtown. That's third in America East. They need him to get back into rhythm beyond the arc, and a good start for him. Falco nearly threw it away, but plays the tip off of Matos. It's a screen from Akuovo, now a kick out, another 3 from Hinkson. He's red hot early. Christian Hinkson pouring it on, another 3-pointer. It's 8-6 Bearcats.
He must love playing in Lundholm Gym. Last week he had his career-high rebounds. That was going to career-high in points.
And that one tipped out of bounds off of Guadarrama. UNH contesting that Binghamton touched it last, but it's a turnover. And it goes back to the Bearcats, and Christian Hinkson has scored all 8 Binghamton points so far. He's made all 3 shots from the field.
2 of them set up by Falco, who's made his presence felt.
John McGriff runs point, defended by Chiquenu. Going to Hinkson again, why not? Tough test here for Guadarrama to cool him off early. Hinkson dribbled that one right to McGriff. Shot clock winding down. Falco puts it on the deck. He's going to have to force one up here over Johnson. Missed it short. Chiquenu the board.
Good D by Nick Johnson, jack of all trades for the Wildcats.
Blondo Chiquenu turns the corner, but he's met by McGriff. He'll back him down on the block. Poked away, and it comes to Hinkson. Christian Hinkson going coast to coast, rising, and he draws the foul. And he'll have a couple of free throws, a chance to reach double-digit points.
For the first media timeout, he's going to have double-digit points.
It's an incredible start for him.
I was really impressed by him last week when we saw him play in person. Coach Sanders couldn't say enough nice things about Hinkson, the way he's bought in. His length and his quickness. Coach called him into the office when he first got the job and said, you could be an all-conference defender, and he was.
And it's about the buy-in. You don't have to believe your coach when he says that, but he did, and man, he's doing it on both ends. He averages 8 points a game. He's got 9 already in this playoff contest.
Well, when your coach has played in the Big East and coached overseas forever, I'd listen to Lavelle Sanders.
No question. He finally missed for the first time. 3 for 3 from the field, 1 of 2 from the foul line. UNH with the ball down by 3. 4 minutes gone by in the quarterfinal round. Chiquenu will get it away to Guadarrama. Good ball fake, but he can't hit. He sent Petcash flying toward the baseline, but the offensive rebound from Matos. Guadarrama puts it on the deck, got bumped.
Home.
First from Guadarrama is up and good. So he's on the board, missed his first 2 shots from the field. Guadarrama, the senior from Newington, Connecticut, second team all-conference for the 2nd straight season.
He could do it all for the Wildcats.
Missed this one. Watching a couple of UNH games on the road, the other broadcast teams, they love watching Nick Guadarrama. They talk about how cerebral he is, how he makes the right plays, good passer. Any coach would love to have him on their squad. Step back 3, too strong from Hinkson. His first miss from the field today.
That's what the kids call a heat check right there. But getting to Guadarrama, Coach Herring calls him maybe the best passer I've ever coached in my career. Coach Herring's coached NBA guys. That's some statement.
Matos kicks out to Guadarrama, got it back along the baseline, tries the mid-range jumper, didn't get the roll. Hinkson the rebound, but a foul. It'll stay with UNH.
I think they got, was it Hinkson? Couldn't see who, waiting for the official word on the board. It was on Bertram. Bertram checked in for Falco.
Nick Johnson gets an open look. Can't knock down the triple. Hinkson with the board.
Johnson has struggled from distance of late, only shooting 29% on the season.
John McGriff defended by Blondo. Chiquenu crosses over. Nice slip through by Akuovo, and he finishes for 2.
Great pass by McGriff. What makes McGriff such a good passer, holds onto the ball for a long time, which makes it really hard to help.
One of their better defenders, too.
That Chiquenu-McGriff matchup, as you see right on cue, back and forth, is a fun one to watch.
They'll be going at it all afternoon, and Chiquenu able to get his first 2 of the game. It's back to a 2-point contest. This is Bertram off his screen. Johnson didn't give enough room to pull the shot off. Petcash now picked up his dribble, gives to McGriff.
Wildcats denying Bertram the ball.
Tough floater from McGriff, didn't get the roll.
Bertram's instant offense scored 1,800 points in 3 years at Cooperstown High School. That could score.
Played for his dad. That's a 3 from Jaden Martinez. And UNH back in front.
That's what makes the Wildcats so good. Last week, Jaden was 0 for 6 from distance. Each game, it's somebody else. They're very efficient. Coach Herring called it his best offensive team at his time in Durham. They're going to get Matos, sorry, they're going to get Matos for holding a Akuovo. In fact, they should probably call 2 fouls on that.
It's going to be Marco Foster checking in for UNH. Martinez now with 6 of UNH's 12.
Nothing but nylon, as you saw on your screen, for Jaden Martinez. Got to feel good for his confidence.
Second team all-conference this year for Martinez. Was a first-team all-star a season ago in America East. Off the screen, Bertram pulls and connects, and the foul. A chance for a 4-point play. Tyler Bertram, the junior from Cooperstown, with a big play.
Coach Harrion yelling at Evan Burrows. Now they're having a discussion, either let's see what Coach Harrion's upset with. Foster, I think he's saying Akuva was moving on the screen. Couldn't see that from our action. But Bertram's also a very, very good free throw shooter.
He's their top returning scorer, shoots 83% from the line, and he's got the green light. They say shoot whenever you're open. He certainly did there, and he gives Binghamton a 15-12 lead. Johnson goes to Chiquenyu, a screen from Guadarrama. Johnson quickly to Guadarrama down low, driving on Akuvo. Underneath the hoop, up and under, tried to dish it down low to Johnson, tipped out of bounds off of UNH, and some frustration there from Guadarrama. That is the third Wildcat turnover.
Wildcats only turn it over 9 times a game. Already have 3.
Well, they've won 5 of the last 6 matchups against Binghamton and 7 of the last 8 between these two teams here at Lundholm Gymnasium, but a promising start for Binghamton 7 minutes into the game. McGriff keeps the dribble alive. Akuvo dives to the basket. Floater missed short. Good rebound, Chiquenyu.
Wildcats do as well as anybody in the country. Big guys block out, guards go back and rebound. That's why Chiquenyu's 5th in the conference in rebounding.
Picked up his dribble, zips it across the defense. Johnson a baseline drive, up and under. Nifty move, but no finish. That catch the board.
Nick Johnson leads the team in field goal percentage, usually makes his 2s.
Petcash got loose and connects. Another 3-pointer for Binghamton. They're 4 of 5 from downtown.
I know one thing on that board. Petcash is not supposed to be that wide open for 3.
He shoots 46% from downtown. 6-point Binghamton lead. Martinez backing down on Hinkson. Not giving up any ground. Good defense from Hinkson, forces the miss. Now Petcash the other way.
Spoke to Lavelle Sanders yesterday. He said his team was very, very confident. They've just missed victories, a play here, a play there, in their 6 of the last 7 games, which were losses.
Yeah, they're not discouraged by this recent slump as McGriff pulls off the dribble and knocks it down. They'll give him a 2, and he extends the lead to 8. Well, John McGriff's hitting that shot off the dribble today with everything else he can do to put pressure on the defense. And it's going to be tough to slow down the Bearcats.
McGriff could score.
Guadarrama gets loose for a 3. That's a big one for UNH. Back within 5.
When his feet are set, he's very good from distance, is Guadarrama.
Started 0 for 2 from the field, all on 3-point tries. As Bertram comes off a screen, can't hit this 3-pointer, and Guadarrama gets the rebound. That's his first. Chiquenyu, same spot for Guadarrama. Same result, Nick Guadarrama.
Guadarrama increasing the drama on a personal 6-0 run.
He's got 7 of UNH's 18 points. Jaden Martinez has 6. And since the first media timeout, nothing on the board for Christian Hinkson, who scored the first 9 points for Binghamton. McGriff pulls up a tough 2, left it short, rebound Johnson. Chiquenyu all the way home, Euro step, no finish. Hinkson gets the rebound.
Chiquenyu's got to finish a little bit better. That's the 2nd time this afternoon that's happened to him.
It's like Chris Lester and Quan Murphy about to check in for UNH at the next whistle. Over halfway through the opening stanza, Bertram pull up 2, wouldn't go, rebound tipped, and still alive, it's Guadarrama with it.
2nd time this afternoon the Bearcats were the first team on the floor. Got to make Coach Sanders happy.
Jaquenu on the drive. Into the lane. He ties the game.
8-0 run for the Wildcats.
Jaquenu's got 4 and 3 assists. He averages 4 a game, which is best in the conference.
He and Jamel Horton each have 4 a game. Jamel of Albany.
Binghamton was ahead 20-12, trying to stop the bleeding here as we're back even again. Bertram with a couple of 3-pointers as part of an 8-0 run to tie it back up for UNH, and they'll have a chance to take the lead. They had a 12-11 lead as we go back and forth here in the first half.
Yarden Willis, 7-footer from Roswell, Georgia, checks in for the first time.
Well, they keep giving Guadarrama that shot. You can't make him pay that time, though.
Yeah, that's they might look to adjust that on the scouting report.
He's taken it about 5 times, and he's knocked down 2 of them. Falco lob over the top, just into the game. Yarden Wills
making his presence felt.
He averages just over 3 a game.
And he voted first team all-conference.
Jaquenu back to the action. He goes to Foster in the corner. He'll get inside. Kick out to the other corner for Quan Murphy. Murphy drives on Petcash. Nearly shuffled to feet. Now out to Guadarrama.
You see that time they closed out at him much harder, taking that 3 away.
Murphy, tough shot, but he gets the roll. We're tied again.
Murphy, the senior from Charlotte, getting on the scoreboard. A little instant offense for the Wildcats is Quan.
The Houston Baptist transfer. Bertram pick and pop with Beamer just into the game. Now Petcash gets to the foul line, throws it out to Beamer. His high arcing 3 just grazes the rim, and Jaquenu's got it.
That's Beamer's shot, that little pick and pop 3.
Jaquenu turns the corner, gets past Falco and scores.
Jaquenu doing a great job screening with his body to do the finish.
6 points for Jaquenu. Jaden Martinez has 6 as well, but it's Nick Guadarrama to lead the Wildcats with 7. And Hinkson with 9, the game high, but he hasn't scored since the first 9 points of the game for Binghamton.
3's a while for Jaquenu. He also has 3 rebounds and 3 assists.
Hinkson, turn around over Guadarrama, didn't get the roll.
Hinkson's cooled down a little bit.
Yeah, he wishes that first media timeout never happened.
He was in fuego.
Guadarrama crossing over Hinkson, but he lost the handle. Beamer with the steal. Pass inside. Petcash missed a bunny.
The good news for the Wildcats is they're shooting 50% from the floor, 50% from 3, and the bad news is they're also shooting 50% from the free throw line, which I've said on the air I believe is their Achilles heel.
Foster nails a triple, and it's the largest lead for UNH. They're up by 5.
Instant offense, most improved player on the team. Marco Foster, more than just a shooter.
Second best 3-point shooting percentage in America East at 43%, but the answer from Bryce Beamer, and it's back to a 1-possession game.
As we talked about earlier, that's Beamer's shot. He can make the outside 3. Bearcats playing zone for the first time. Coach Sanders loves to change defenses.
Quan Murphy goes down low to Martinez. It's a Wildcat team shooting 5 of 9 from downtown. We'll see if they can keep finding open looks from beyond the arc. Martinez rises and fires. Got another one.
In fuego from distance. 3 of 3. Last week, 0 of 6. So what makes the Wildcats so hard to guard? Every day it's a different player.
Now it's a game-high 9 for Martinez. Falco goes right at him and scores with the left hand.
Falco's first points of tonight, first points in the 2.5 games since he was out. Has to feel good. He's already impacted the game with 3 assists.
Jaquenu gets rid of it to Quan Murphy, met by Petcash. Crossover on Petcash. Murphy to the rack and foul. An intense game like this, but they are top 3 in America East at 36.5% from downtown for the year. Murphy splits the trip, and it's a 4-point UNH lead.
And that's the key. And all 3s, none of them have been forced. every one that's gone in has been wide open, which is a credit to Blondo Duquesne. They're trying to take away his penetration.
Bertram all alone. Good cut and a good find for McGriff.
As we talked about, McGriff's a very, very good passer. Coach Sanders is hardest on him because Sanders was a very good point guard at Seton Hall before playing professionally in Czechoslovakia.
Coach there for many years. He's bringing that experience to Binghamton. It's made a huge difference. Pull-up three from Foster. Off the mark. Rebound Hinkson. It's a game-high 5 rebounds for Christian Hinkson and go along with a game-high 9 points. He and Jaden Martinez tied at that number. Quick crossover. McGriff gets past Jaquanu. Can't finish in the rebound. Murphy got fouled by Beamer. Still not in the penalty yet. One more, though, and that'll be a 1-and-1.
Beamer coming through. Coach Sanders plays a lot of people, so they're pretty fearless with fouls. See McGriff going, contest by Jaquanu. Beamer affecting the play and knocking Murphy to the floor. Good call by official Will Flowers.
See Jaquanu and Guadarrama taking it up the court. Bill Herring relies so heavily on those two guys and Jaden Martinez. All top 4 in minutes in America East during the regular season. You can imagine the rotation's going to shrink even more here. Good cut there, but the finish not made by Nick Johnson. Love that play for UNH, but still just a 2-point lead. Numbers in terms of opponents' field goal percentage. Top 3 in limiting success from the field and from the 3-point line in America East this year, but UNH is shooting the lights out this afternoon. Pass to a cutting Foster. Might have taken a bump there. Couldn't finish on some good defense from Falco and company. Falco holds the ball high, defended by Foster. Screen from Beamer, gets to the foul line, pick and pop. There's the pump fake from Beamer. Good defense from Martinez to stay on his feet. Shot clock winding down on Falco, picked up by Martinez. He'll put it on the deck as the shot clock expires. He ties the game.
Great possession by the Bearcats, taking it all the way down. Jacob Falco making his presence felt, proving why he was first team All-America East.
And shot creation ability, Binghamton would have missed that a whole lot if he wasn't available. Guadarrama can't answer. He's got 7 points on 2 of 5 shooting from downtown, but couldn't hit there. Martinez goes to Beamer. Now Hinkson, who has not scored since putting in the first 9 points of the game for Binghamton this afternoon. Falco picked up by Johnson. Again, using a big chunk of the shot clock. Wanted a backdoor cut, but Bertram couldn't get there. Another late shot clock drive for Falco, and another 2.
Look for Coach Herring to call timeout here. Bearcats on an 8-1 run. Falco, too much to handle so far.
It's been a game of runs, as it often is. It was 20-12 Binghamton. Then UNH went up 30-25. Jaquanu gets rid of one defender inside to Martinez, and he's fouled. And that'll be free throws. 1-and-1 coming for UNH.
Falco grabbing Martinez to prevent the easy basket.
They can't stop Falco late in the shot clock the last 2 times down.
That's obviously the game plan. He's getting by way too easy. Veteran high arcing shot. You'll see also very late in the shot clock. Wildcats. The hard part is if you help on him, he's such a good passer.
Martinez misses the front end, so that is it for that trip. Final 2 minutes of the first half.
As we talked about often, you can't miss front ends of 1-and-1. It's like a wasted trip. Wasted trip for the Wildcats. 8-0, 8-1 run for the Bearcats.
Room inside for Akuavo. Rises and scores, plus the foul.
10-1 run for the Bearcats. Akuavo getting deep, finishing strong.
High over Nick Guadarrama. Chance for a 3-point play.
Can't let him get that deep. Akuavo's struggled finishing most of the year. Has been playing very, very well of late.
And he knocks down the foul shot, shooting about 50% from the season. He extends the Bearcat lead to 5.
Akuavo played for the legendary Bobby Hurley at St. Anthony's their last season. St. Anthony's was open.
UNH looking to stop the bleeding before the halftime break. Martinez backing down Hinkson. Lowers the shoulder, and he got fouled. That'll be 2 free throws. Binghamton hates the call, and Hinkson, tough defense on the block. We've seen that before against Martinez today, but that time he gets the foul call.
As we've talked on the air, partner, Wildcats' Achilles heel is free throws. Martinez missed the front end of a 1-1 earlier. This is going to be a 2-shot foul. Wildcats are 3 of 7 on the afternoon.
68% for the year, 7th in America East, and Martinez can't hit that one. So he's 0 for 2 from the line to start, but from the field, 3 of 3 from downtown, 9 points to lead all scorers. He's tied with Hinkson. Gets the back end.
That snaps the 10-1 run by the Bearcats.
Couple of possessions left here in the first half of the quarterfinal matchup between UNH and Binghamton. Bearcats drop 7 of 8 to end the regular season. And what's the call? Offensive foul.
Nick Guadarrama, the second best on the Wildcats, are taking charges. Second behind Chris Lester. Thought that was a good call by official Will Flowers. See on the replay. I thought Nick Guadarrama was outside of the restricted circle. Big possession change for the Wildcats.
Down 4 with under a minute to go in the opening half. Chiquainu finds Martinez. Skip to the corner. Foster swinging around Chiquainu. Now an open look for Johnson. Jab step left, dribble right inside to Martinez, and he can't finish. But the rebound, and they stepped out of bounds. Falco with the ball slam. Sometimes you get teed up for that. They'll let it go here. And a fresh 20 on the shot clock for UNH. Beamer and Tavion White are going to come into the game.
I'm surprised, partner, neither coach has used a timeout so far. Wildcats are very good on out-of-bounds plays. Coach Sanders yesterday was adamant we have to take these away.
They'll stack it up at the elbow. They were trying to find Foster. They do get it into Martinez. Defended by White. Step back corner jumper. Good.
That was great defense by White. Just better offense by Martinez.
Fractions of a second between the shot clock and game clock. We'll see what Binghamton does with it. They're ahead by 2.
Well, we know what they're going to do. They're going to just go very late to Falco.
It's worked before, twice in this first half. Jacob Falco pulls up for 3. Too strong, long rebound. Martinez had it but threw it away. Is there time for McGriff? His spot. Senior from Queens. We're underway here in the second half. Binghamton 36, UNH 34. If the second stands anything like the first 20 minutes, we're in for a good finish here on ESPN+. Akuavo goes right to work, too strong with the right hook, and Matos gets the board.
Good set play by Lavelle Sanders. Akuavo just couldn't get it to drop. He struggled finishing at times, as we chatted about earlier on the broadcast.
Not a lot of points in the paint in the first half. 14-10 in favor of Binghamton. Guadarrama able to tie the game, and he's got 9.
So each coach drawing up a set play to get the ball inside. Wildcats made theirs. Bearcats just missed theirs.
McGriff will hand off to Pet Cash. He was quiet in that first half. He did knock down a 3-pointer, but missed his other 2 shots. Falco left open for a 3, and he knocks it down.
There is no ill effects of his rolled ankle. He's playing like the first-team all-conference player that he was.
And his inability to practice over the last week or so hasn't seemed to affect him at all either.
Nobody's practice partner because of COVID and the influx of games.
Right. Matos long 2 off the heel. So Binghamton, with their 6th 3-pointer of the game, has opened up a 3-point lead early on in the second half. Falco has 9 now. Kick out to McGriff. His triple off the mark. Rebound. Johnson steps around Falco. Here comes Nick Johnson. Jaden Martinez, an open look. Too strong. Rebound tips and stolen by Johnson. He puts it up and in.
Coach Sanders pleading for a foul. That's his nightmare scenario. Second chance opportunities. Wildcats up 4-0 on no boards.
And they're up 3-0 in second chance points in this game. Akuovo got inside and scores, and a chance for a three-point play.
Nice pass and nice finish by the Bearcats. Looks like the theme for both teams to get the ball inside. You'll see. There it is, Falco again. Lays it on the floor. That's Falco's 5th assist. And I believe, pardon, you said Akuovo struggles from the line?
49% entering the day, but he's hit both of his foul shots. It's been well documented he's looking to improve his finishing ability, but that's 2 different three-point plays this afternoon. Looking pretty good down there.
And now they drop back to zone. I love watching Akuovo play. I shared that with Coach Sanders.
And on the other end, Matos has a chance for a three-point opportunity.
And it's also documented Akuovo has trouble staying on the floor because of foul trouble, and right on cue he fouls. Matos was going to go to the free throw line.
Big answer there from Tyler Matos. Chance to get UNH back within 1.
You'll see Nick Johnson, Jaden Martinez showing that he could do the bounce pass equal as good as Jacob Falco.
Matos also at about 50% from the line this year. Everyone's stepping up their foul shot percentage today, but overall for UNH, they're still right around 50%. They have made it a one-point game, though. Falco gives to McGriff, got it back straight away. Akuovo gives him the pick, a floater from the elbow, missed it, and Guadarrama gets the board. That is his 3rd.
I don't know if he expected somebody to roll to the rim on that.
Guadarrama left alone, straight on 3. Not this time.
Nice find by Blanco Juqueño on his penetration.
Guadarrama hit 2 three-pointers in a row in the first half, but nothing else. He's missed his other 5 shots, and a steal from Matos.
Nice D by Taylor Matos. That's a fun matchup, Akuovo and Matos.
Into the corner it goes. Johnson thought about it 3. Now he'll take it. Too strong. Each team shooting 50% from downtown now. As McGriff uses the screen, but can't get past Juqueño. That's another good matchup.
A lot of good matchups today.
Poked away from behind. They say it's off of McGriff's leg, out of bounds, so UNH takes over.
Now, Taylor, I know this is your first game this year. One of my favorite things is to watch Coach Herring's expressions. And when Nick Johnson missed that shot, you should have seen his expressions. It's very entertaining.
Well, I've been tuning in all year just to get your analysis, Coach. But good to be here with you. Quarterfinal round, 3 versus 6 matchup. Looking for a trip to the semifinals. Matos tried to skip it across the defense, but Beamer gets the steal.
Beamer's had an impact today, very active hands.
Falco goes to Beamer up top, contested 3. No.
Smart play by Nick Johnson. Always run the ball down. Don't let the officials call it. He might have missed it. They might have missed it.
Martinez rims out. Rebound tip to Johnson. Another second chance opportunity, and UNH takes the lead.
Second time and a half that's happened. Nick Johnson, Johnny on the spot. He just can play.
Right place, right time. 6 points for Johnson, 5 rebounds now. McGriff in on Juqueño, scores, and the foul. What a finish.
Coach Herring always chats about holding teams under 40%. Wildcats have done that of late. And you heard from my conversation with Coach Sanders. He's all about defense.
Sure is. McGriff was trying to convert a three-point play, but unable to. 0 for 1 from the line. McGriff has 4 points. Juqueño tries a 3 and knocks it down. UNH takes a 2-point lead.
Wildcats' first 3 of the second half. Blanco Juqueño making his presence felt. 9 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists.
And that's his first triple of the afternoon. Back and forth we go. No surprise between these two teams who have become awfully familiar with one another over the last couple of weeks. UNH won 69-60. As this one is short from Falco. And then here on February 28th, they won 66-62. It's been tight the whole way.
Both those games, UNH was flawless down the stretch from the free throw line to close it out.
They have not been flawless from the stripe today. They're 5 of 10. Foster gets around Beamer, and a tough 2 on the baseline.
Beamer got away with a couple of fouls on that one. Foster showing that he's more than just...
Underneath the basket, John McGriff. Comes to Bertram, unable to shake free of Marco Foster. And McGriff gets to the elbow inside for a Kuovo pump fake and a finish.
Every time off after timeouts, Coach Sanders has gone to a Kuovo on the block.
Now he's got a team-high 10 points on 4 of 5 shooting. Guadarrama into the corner, passed up with 3, drives on a Kuovo and taken down. Foul called. That's just the second of the half against Binghamton.
Looks like they're going to get Hinkson.
Hinkson.
That'll be his second, I believe. His third, I stand corrected. So not danger zone yet, but he picks up a 4th quick. That's an issue for the Bearcats.
Another issue is how quiet he's been scoring. 11 rebounds, a game high, but still stuck on 9 points.
His presence is felt, as you see right there defensively.
Martinez able to make it a 4-point UNH lead. Game high 14 points for Jaden Martinez. 5 of 9 shooting, 3 of 5 from downtown. Pass was behind Bertram from Hinkson off the pick.
Wildcats going over every screen as Brian Kudik went under that one. I don't think that was in the game plan.
Falco forced back outside the perimeter. Picked up his dribble, hits anyway. Jacob Falco gets Binghamton back within 1.
They certainly missed him. As you heard Coach Sanders said to me at halftime, he brings confidence to the Bearcats.
12 points on 5 of 10 shooting. He's got 5 assists too. And a steal now. Comes to Hinkson.
Rare turnover by Juqueño. And usually he doesn't make that play where he throws through too many defenders. That was just a bad pass.
7th Wildcat giveaway. They average just 9, which is 3rd fewest in the country. Hinkson swatted by Martinez. Get Petcash into the game as Martinez says no.
See Falco pass and Hinkson going to the rack. Jaden says not today.
12th block of the season for the 6'7" Martinez. Falco gets the handoff from Akuovo, spins in the lane, offensive foul.
Nick Johnson takes charges very well. He does it all. Chris Lester still the best. Falco and Evan Burrows having a discretion. Yep, shoulder extended, point of emphasis.
So a 1-point lead and the basketball for UNH. Across the timeline goes Juqueño. Martinez now. Defended by Petcash, has the size advantage and will get 2 free throws for it.
Last Saturday, the Bearcats doubled a lot in the post. Today, they've gone single coverage in the post, challenging their own players to guard, as you heard Coach Sanders talk about at halftime. And speaking of defense, George Tinsley, as we alluded to, checking in for the first time, is at the table.
And again, he played a season-high 35 minutes here last Saturday. Scored 7 points as Martinez can't hit the first foul shot. With Tinsley in, Petcash out, we'll see what that does to the dynamic of this game.
Coach Sanders can't say enough good things about Tinsley. Says Bertram's just playing so well. Excuse me. I misspoke. Hinkson's playing so well and is taking minutes away from Tinsley.
Yeah, Tinsley, one of just 6 Bearcats ever to reach the 600-point, 400-rebound club. And a former America East Rookie of the Year when he led all freshmen with 12 points for the Bearcats.
Wildcats free throw woes continue as Martinez is 1 of 2.
Yeah, they have missed half of their 12 foul shots. Falco missed the 3-pointer and a loose ball. And you saw the end of that highlight package. Falco hitting a tough 3 at the end of the shot clock. He did that twice on layups, 2 at the end of the horn. And that means about half of his points have come with a second or less on the shot clock. Entry pass comes into Johnson, rising over Bertram, can't hit, and a good rebound from Tinsley.
Nice rebound just in the game. Good defense by Bertram. would not allow Johnson to get position.
McGriff and Chiquain have been battling all afternoon. Crossover off the screen. Now it goes again late in the shot clock to Jacob Falco. Ducks inside, kick out Tinsley's three. Missed it. And Chiquain's got it.
Who got away with a foul. We talked about he is foul prone.
Chiquain driving on McGriff. Tough shot wouldn't go. Tipped out by Johnson. Right to Martinez for three. Short. Foster crashing in for it. Able to rip it away from three Bearcats.
Fifth offensive rebound. Great play by Marco Foster.
Guadarrama's foul.
Hey, when I chatted with Coach Sanders, absolutely no shot if they get second chances. Marco Foster, most improved player on the team. Great offensive rebound that time, keeping the possession alive.
You worry when he brings the ball down low like that. Vulnerable to a steal, but he was able to work his way free. Well, you said down the stretch last time they played Binghamton, the free throws were a success for UNH.
It was also a struggle during the game, and I said on the air that it's their Achilles heel. They're doing nothing to prove that hypothesis incorrect as they go 0 for 2.
So Guadarrama now 1 for 4 from the stripe today. Does have 9 points, but it's Jaden Martinez leading the way with 15 for the Wildcats.
A lot of wasted possessions for the Wildcats at this charity stripe.
They cannot extend this lead beyond 2. And down went Akuavo. And they weren't going to call a foul initially on Guadarrama. Not sure if they did, but they'll have to stop play because he's hurt.
I think we just called a whistle on his injury.
What a game he's had. Akuavo, 10 points, 4 of 5 shooting.
You'll see on below your screen, Guadarrama and Akuavo battling, and Akuavo just went down. Second big man to have an injury today, Yarden Willis, earlier in the game. Guadarrama and Akuavo battling for position. Akuavo, talking to official Will Flowers, wants a replay for a shenanigan foul on Nick Guadarrama. That's just a clean basketball play. Two young people competing hard.
Yeah,
Akuavo, when we chatted with him before the game, seems like a great young man.
Oh, yes. You hope it's just the wind getting knocked out of him there. He kind of took a forearm to the midsection.
That's what it looks like as he goes right to the table.
Obviously has to come out because of the injury timeout, but
correct. The only way you can stay in the game is if Coach Sanders calls a timeout.
Comes to Tinsley as we approach the midway point here in the second half. There's only 5 seconds to shoot here. Binghamton may not have realized it until now. Pull-up jumper from the elbow. McGriff cannot hit. Rebound tipped out of bounds off of Chiquain, so Binghamton will get a fresh 20 on the shot clock, and they do get Akuavo back out there.
I think Coach Herrian saw some concern for the Wildcats. The big guys that time did not go back and rebound. We talked about earlier, Coach Herrian looks like he's choosing to go with an iron 5. Coach Sanders rotates his troops frequently.
Bertram off the pick, can't hit. Rebound tipped by Tinsley, saves it, but Foster is there for New Hampshire.
Second rebound, the Wildcats didn't clean up.
Johnson full head of steam, dumps it up to Martinez. Falco looking to answer, can't hit. Rebound tipped, but no good from Akuavo. Crowd coming alive here in Durham, New Hampshire. A 4-point lead for UNH. Chiquain gives to Martinez, down low to a cutting Johnson. Couldn't score it, but got fouled. And 2 free throws coming up.
McGriff looks incredulous, but he made contact in the restricted circle. Nice ball movement and pass. You'll see the Wildcats coming in transition. Oh, this is Nick Johnson to Martinez for the easy slam. Nick Johnson making his presence felt. 2 assists on the afternoon. Going to the free throw line. Johnson's a 66% free throw shooter. And he says, we're going to stop the free throw woes.
They were 4 of 9 in the first half. Now it's 3 of 6 since halftime. Hinkson into the game in favor of Tinsley, who made an impact in short order.
I misspoke. Johnson's a 61% free throw shooter and 1 of 2. And on the afternoon, the Wildcats are 7 of 16 for 43%. That's not good, partner.
What is good for UNH is that they've matched their largest lead of the game, 5-point advantage. Binghamton has led by as many as 8. It was 20-12 about midway through the first half, but then UNH went on an 8-0 run to tie it. Falco gets loose for a 3 and knocks it down. Big one for Binghamton. They're right back in it, down by 2.
Nick Johnson, strong side, helping on the penetration of Falco. I don't think the Wildcats are going to do that the rest of the half. You just can't leave him alone.
Team high 15 points for Jacob Falco. He's averaging 12.5 per game. Martinez working on Hinkson. Kick out Guadarrama. Martinez down on the block again. Couple of dribbles, shuffled the feet, and they'll call him for it.
First time they doubled, forced to travel. Nice job, Jacob Falco and Lavelle Sanders. Again, changing defenses, different look.
Keep in mind here as we head toward crunch time, 16 fouls on Binghamton, so UNH essentially in the bonus.
You have to make them, partner, or else it's a wasted trip.
That's an excellent point, Coach.
Thank you. That's why it's a free throw. You haven't been corrected yet on the air, but you will be.
McGriff cannot hit. Akuavo offensive rebound. Falco with a pump fake into the lane, hangs in the air and scores, and a foul. Tie game with a chance to take the lead.
Akuavo making his presence felt. The 4th offensive rebound of the half for the Bearcats. As we talked about on the air, Wildcats big men look a little tired right now. Got on the hip. Falco, a very good free throw shooter.
82% for the season, and if he hits this, it's a personal 6-0 run.
And Illy will have a game high 18.
That's exactly what happens. 55-54, Binghamton with the lead. 8:19 to go in this one. Shaquania goes to Guadarrama, swinging around Foster's 3, too strong. Bertram able to block out Johnson for the rebound. Binghamton lost 7 of 8 down the stretch in the regular season. They've lost 6 of their last 7 in this building. Looking to pull off the upset as the 6th seed in the quarterfinal round. Falco off the dribble with a heat check, and Shaquania the rebound. Spinning on McGriff. Blondo with the Euro step, got hammered. That free throw stat, 7 of 16 from the line for UNH. That's 43%. Binghamton 5 of 7, nearly 72%, and another miss.
And that's shooting like that from the free throw line is how you collect the jerseys, partner, if they don't improve. And what I mean by that means, you know, the season's over.
Oh, I got you. 55 all.
In case somebody listening at home didn't quite get me.
No, you're right.
I talk in riddles. I make sense to myself. My kids are rolling their eyes.
John McGriff will carry it ahead. We are tied in the waning moments of this one. Bertram will give to McGriff. Winner is on to the semifinal round as Bertram comes off a screen, driving inside on Guadarrama. Couldn't finish. Martinez reaching for the rebound. A tie-up and a foul against Binghamton. Or is it a jump ball? Either way, it should be UNH basketball.
So, again, Akuvu, who's just prone to foul. Good battle. The Wildcats don't clean up the rebound, which they haven't done in the second half. And Jaden Martinez going to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. And, you know, I always talk about need to make front ends of 1-and-1s or it's like a turnover and a wasted trip. Let's see if Jaden can right the ship for the Wildcats.
And now you've got foul trouble for 2 of your bigs, Akuavo and Hinkson, each with 4. Martinez cannot connect. We stay tied.
It's 8 of 19 from the free throw line, 42%. It is a story. I hate to keep harping on it.
If they don't come away with a win, that's going to be the first reason why. So worth repeating. They do shoot 68% from the line for the year. That's 7th in America East.
So I would say 68 is wonderful compared to 42.
Yes. McGriff, turnaround jumper. Wow. Tough 2 to take the lead for Binghamton.
Again, he's so good. and having Falco back relaxes his scoring pressure. That's a big-time shot.
Down low to Martinez, backing down Tinsley. Double team comes in the corner. Kick out to Chiqueno. They'll swing it around. Foster, step back two. Too strong. Foster with 5 points.
Bearcats didn't have 2 stops in a row because of the missed free throw by Martinez, but it was like a waste. So Bearcats ratcheted up here a little bit. Chose to double in the post the last few possessions.
McGriff is feeling it after that turnaround jumper last time down. Screen from Akuovo. Deep in the shot clock. Falco's done it to him before. Not this time, and a good rebound from Martinez.
Tinsley doing a good job with Hinkson having 4 fouls.
Martinez, kick out. Johnson for the lead. Off the heel, but Martinez an offensive rebound. Guadarrama, reach in foul, and he'll get 1 and 1.
So I think this is the second time that's happened when mismatches happen in the post. Lavelle Sanders has instructed his team before the UNH couldn't make a free throw to foul just so they don't have the mismatch in the traditional 3-point plays. Look at McGriff stopping on a dime, posting up, lighting it up. McGriff has 6 on the afternoon. Goes over to talk to his coach, Lavelle Sanders.
Guadarrama cannot hit the front end of the 1 and 1. He is 1 for 5 and looking for answers at the line today.
So now what starts to happen, it seeps into your head.
Every possession pivotal here as we approach the final 5 minutes of the second half. 2-point lead and the ball for Binghamton. Bertram, long 3, got it.
As we talked about, Coach Sanders, after timeout, drew up the play for Bertram. He could score.
2 of 3 from downtown for Tyler Bertram, 9 points. Chiqueno finds Guadarrama. Nowhere to go on Akuovo. Chiqueno spinning, kick out. Guadarrama tries a 3. Straight out of bounds. Binghamton ball.
Guadarrama too much Akuovo that time. Guadarrama couldn't get his shot off clean over the much larger Akuovo.
Wildcats need a stop here. Binghamton's largest lead was 8 back in the first half at 20-12. They're up by 5 here.
Wildcats are scoreless in over 3 minutes.
Tinsley working on Martinez, lowers the shoulder and scores.
Looking for Coach Herring to call timeout, and he is. Instructs Chiqueno to call timeout. We talked about her call timeout. Draw a set play here. Break the Bearcats' run.
UNH hasn't scored in 3.5 minutes. They've missed 7 of their last 8 shots.
It's a 7-0 Bearcat run.
Need a bucket here. Guadarrama goes to Chiqueno, and he knocks down a huge 3 for UNH.
Interesting. They chose to double Martinez, but not Guadarrama in a post, but he still found the open Chiqueno, the great passer of Nick Guadarrama.
Wando Chiqueno, 13 points. He's knocked down both of his 3-point attempts. Beamer, a pump fake on Martinez. Now he gets rid of it to Bertram. 4-point game under 4 minutes to go. Tinsley over the top for Beamer. Nice catch, nice finish. It's a 6-point lead.
Nice high-low set. Binghamton tried to do that last week as well. Post up the short of Foster and Chiqueno. That time it was Tinsley passing. Very well.
Who's winning the defensive battle late? It's Binghamton. UNH has allowed him to hit 4 of their last 5 shots.
Tinsley came in the game because Hinkson had 4 fouls, and Tinsley's done a great job.
Nick Johnson, another second chance bucket. 3rd time he's done that today.
Johnson just competes.
Team high 7 rebounds. He's got 9 points on 4 of 10 shooting. McGriff left open for 3. Can't hit, and Guadarrama gets the rebound.
Look for the Wildcats to post up Guadarrama to pass out of it again.
They'll go to Guadarrama. Down low on Tinsley. Puts it on the deck, spins in the lane, and scores.
That ball hit every part of the rim. 2-point game. Got a great finish in Durham.
This place is rocking. Lundholm Gymnasium come to life with 2.5 to go. McGriff driving on Chiquainu, tips. Falco, a desperation three is good. Jacob Falco with 21 points.
You knew that was going in. You knew it was him, the loose ball. Up 5, Bearcats.
Silencing the crowd for now. Foster kick out. Guadarrama steps inside the line, avoids the steal. Around to Chiquainu. Back to Foster. Can't find room away from Falco. Driving inside now, and he gets the roll.
Foster about it repeatedly. Free throws. Missed front ends of 1-on-ones, missed free throws.
So the full court pressure here for the first time from UNH.
Right.
It's broken by Falco. Leaves Bertram open for three. And he hits.
Could be a dagger right there by Bertram.
Huge shot from Tyler Bertram. He's got 12, and it's his third three-pointer of the afternoon. Martinez looking to answer. He cannot. Rebound tips. Guadarrama diving on it, rips it away from Akuavo. What's the call? Jump ball, possession arrow stays with UNH.
Binghamton still all game first to the floor. Akuavo selling out.
This was Tyler Bertram. The press was broken, and it left him open.
Found the open man, as you said. Break the press, wide open. Bertram, he could score.
And get 20 seconds on the shot clock after the jump ball. Chiquainu foul. And here we go. He's going to get 2 free throws.
2 free throws. And the Wildcats, they have to go for steals and foul right away, just even to get them, the Bearcats, in the bonus. Wildcats have only fouled 3 times. Sure, assistant coaches Moore, Herrion, and Bronner make Coach Herrion aware of that fact.
If you're Coach Lavelle Sanders, how seriously do you think about just fouling to make UNH prove they can hit some free throws here in the clutch?
Not at all what I'm up, to tell you the truth. If different situation.
Hinkson has to go.
Not in this situation. So these are critical for Chiquainu.
Double bonus here, so it gets 2. And he hits the first. And without Hinkson, Binghamton goes with Bertram, McGriff, Akuavo, Falco, and Petram. And both free throws go down for Chiquainu.
And that last foul was on Hinkson, and he fouls out of the game. And the Wildcats force a turnover to cut it to a 1-possession game.
Well, the press led to an open 3 last time down for Binghamton, but this time it works wonders for Billy Herrion. Johnson gets it in to Chiquainu. Foster, pull-up three-pointer, got it! Along with Akuavo and Falco for Binghamton.
Close to a 5-second violation there.
Bertram gets it ahead to Falco. McGriff through traffic, able to get there across midcourt.
Coach Herrion's not going to foul and going to play it out. Going to give his team 1 possession.
UNH has the only timeout left. McGriff diving inside, scores! What a finish! And a 3-point Binghamton lead.
If you go quick, you don't need a 3. If you go slow, you're going to have to shoot a 3.
UNH, 9 of 24 from downtown. They need this one, but a foul before the shot and a moving screen. No basket, offensive foul, Binghamton basketball.
Referee Will Flyles called Nick Johnson for the moving screen as Nick Guadarrama's 3-point shot tied the game for naught. Obviously the crowd doesn't like it. Let's see what we have here. That's, well, as a coach, I'd be irate as Billy is. That was not sure if that fits the game. Will Flowers didn't see it the same way we did.
Well, the place went nuts, not hearing the whistle with all the noise in here. But with 15 seconds to go, UNH is going to need a steal or some missed foul shots. And now they've got to foul 3 more times to get to the 1-1.
Right, and that was my point the last time. They chose to play it out. McGriff made a shot, but the Wildcats got the 3 to tie, but for naught, waved off by the official.
Inbound, and there's the foul on Falco, who's hopping around a bit. He rolled his ankle a couple of weeks ago. 14.3 left. They got to foul twice more. It does give them 2 more chances for a steal on the inbound. But if they can't get it, obviously more clock is drained off. Cash got it in, hit it off the backboard. Ball is loose. What do we have? Jump ball, and it's Binghamton with the possession error.
The ball hit the back of the backboard. I don't know if that's a replay, which would be out of bounds. Both teams battling hard. The officials, you'll see, I think the ball hit the back of the backboard, which would be out of bounds.
The bottom of the backboard.
Bottom is not, back is. And they could review that.
Or maybe even the side of the backboard. What a bizarre sequence. 13.3 seconds left.
As you see the official good crew discussing the situation.
And keep in mind, it was a jump ball. It was not a foul, so you still need 2 additional personal fouls to send Binghamton to the free throw line. And they confirmed the call after talking about it. The jump ball remains. And it doesn't look like they're going to review it.
And you're right, because it's probably not, it's maybe not reviewable. So Binghamton's going to get the ball out of bounds.
Let's see it again.
You'll see bottom of the backboard is not out of bounds. So officials could have missed it.
With some signs of shakiness from Binghamton trying to break this press or just get the ball inbounded. We'll have to do it a couple more times. They get it here to Bertram, and he's fouled by Johnson. So 1 more, and only another second ticked off the clock. And they'll get Binghamton to the line, and it will be a 1-1 on what will be the most pressure-packed foul shot of the game.
It's a free throw, partner. I've been meaning to correct you all day. Foul shots like baseball, which is both of our loves, but it's free, so you have to take advantage. Something the Wildcats haven't done all day.
So a foul called on Foster. Fans thought that Falco was out of bounds, but he will get the free throw with a chance to ice it.
Falco, steady Eddie from the free throw line.
Let's see Falco's feet.
Oh, there's the foul right there. Well, interesting. They called the foul before he stepped out of bounds. So obviously UNH is battling hard, but they've put themselves in this position with the missed free throws. Foul was before he stepped out of bounds, so that's why we don't go to replay. Sorry, partner.
Well, you wonder if he would have slipped if not for Martinez. We'll never know. He missed it. Rebound Johnson. UNH has a timeout. 7 seconds to go. Chiquenu across midcourt. They're going to play it out. 3 seconds left. They need a 3. Chiquenu for the tie.